Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And as we do see from my earlier video today, we are moving up to the $49,000 range on Bitcoin. I'm awaiting 49.3K being broken on Bitcoin to officially start the actual party. That's pretty much where we will see the validation or invalidation pretty much of breaking up to the $50,000 range. But I think that this looks fairly good for the weekly candle close for Sunday. Honestly, didn't expect too much movement today, but it is fairly bullish as we do see other altcoins kind of making their move. Today, we're actually going to be talking about two specific assets, as you guys can tell from the title, which is going to be XRP and also QNT. We're not going to be talking too much about price charts. We're not going to be talking about price analysis or anything like that. Now, obviously, I've been talking about QNT and XRP for a while on this channel now, and QNT is one of those massive gems in regards to connecting pretty much a ton of blockchains to one, basically doing a plug-and-play aspect for a lot of these financial institutions, financial services, and also financial giants in the making. So when we're talking about the overall asset class of what's going to be happening as we do march forward into a digital age of finance as well as payment sectors, QNT is a name to not, ignore. Now, in regards to this, I'm not saying that QNT is fully partnered with PayPal at all. There's just a lot of connections to PayPal. For an example, if we do look over here, we do see that this is for SMEs in digital currencies, central bank digital currencies as well. In regards to the Oracle blockchain, as we do know, is fully partnered with QNT. We also see, basically Catherine Gu, who is the global CBDC lead at Visa, is interested in this, post from Gilbert Verdian, who is the CEO of course, Quant Networks. Now, he is talking about the Visa partnership or the Visa pretty much update today in regards to making digital currencies interoperable, which we do know that QNT is basically the main name in the game for interoperability within blockchain technology. So, could they be partnered together? I mean, 100%. They're talking about ODAP, which if you guys don't know about ODAP, it's basically Open Digital Asset Protocol. This is by Visa themselves. We're going to be talking about this. We're also going to be talking about the interoperable, basically white paper, if you will, or the draft. Now, of course, this does mention XRP, but XRP is not the main name here. There's not too much connections to it, but we will be talking about it, right? So if we move over here, first off, I do want to talk to you guys about Web 3.0. So we've been discussing Web 3.0 for a fairly long time on this channel in regards to HBAR, because HBAR is Web 3.0 technology, if you will. Now we do see here, agree with this, the Internet of Value will dwarf the legacy web. We're trusting the cryptography protocols and decentralized networks for the first time to create and move value. The legacy web was designed to move information. It was never intended to transact money or value. If you guys do see from this chart, check out Web 1.0. It was a $2.9 trillion peak market cap. We do see Web 2.0, $20.1 trillion market cap. This is the present, by the way. And then, of course, Web 3.0, $140 trillion market cap. That is absolutely massive. Now, we do see here, this is pretty much that ban of Bitcoin, if you will. Separately blew me away that post-China ban, the U.S. is now the dominant Bitcoin mining country. When does the U.S. government become the largest stacker of sats? So overall, I mean, this is pretty funny, but when we're talking about Web 3.0, we also talk about other assets in this space thriving, but QNT and also XRP are going to be two assets to watch for, especially as we do march forward with interoperability, because even when we talk about this ODAP pretty much protocol, or the Open Digital Asset Protocol, we should say, in regards to the adoption of it, we also see here our effort with MIT at IETF, or the Internet Engineering Task Force, to standardize cross-chain and cross-network transactions and the importance of digital asset interoperability at gateways. Now, they are talking about gateways here with interoperability, which of course, I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, it goes all the way back to QNT. Who knows? There's no mention of QNT here. And there is no solid, Visa partnership with QNT, but When we're talking about this, this looks extremely similar to what we've been talking about in regards to cross-chain interoperability. We do see that the CBDC for the US dollars there. I believe that's USDC, as well as a few other ones, but we do see stable coins on here. We also see CBDCs. We see the digital yuan, the digital euro. I mean, I don't know. Could we be seeing a Visa partnership with QNT and possibly even RippleNet? I believe that we could. I just don't know. We don't have confirmation on this. So it's a little bit of speculation, but we do see King Solomon even mentioned on here, or I should say he commented on this saying, talked about this on Twitter Space chat, wonder if anybody caught it. ODAP references Quant RippleNet API as well. So yeah, I mean, when we're talking about ODAP and we're talking about pretty much Visa partnering with RippleNet and or QNT, I mean, this is built by Visa, so I wouldn't be surprised by this partnership at all. Now, we've also made connections with Ripple to Visa through Novati, I believe it was. I think it was Novati or Novante. So when we're talking about that, we also see a lot of Visa connections to Ripple. We could connect Visa to QNT. I mean, QNT is like the interoperable giant here. That's why I believe that it's gaining so much traction in terms of price. I mean, of course, the small amount of supply, but interoperability is a use case in itself that is almost, you can't put a price tag on it. It's almost, the value of it is going to be unlocked still, and we don't even know exactly what it will be. So we are extremely early still in regards to that space. I mean, even this should tell you that we're extremely early. I mean, $140 trillion market cap for Web 3.0, that's absolutely crazy. But I do want to talk to you guys about this, right? Open Digital Asset Protocol, ODAP. Now, this is essentially how it would be working in an interoperable format with DLTs. Of course, this is mentioning QNT. This is also mentioning even, for an example, Ripple. So let's actually go down to see Ripple here. So Ripple is a main example of an API gateway. So if you guys were a little bit confused or you don't know what an API gateway is, the best way that I could tell you guys about that is it's essentially a connection to connect two blockchains together or connect a DLT to something else. It's easy for plug and play access through almost like an internet connection, if you will. Now, of course, we do see Bitcoin here mentioned as well. I'm surprised that they didn't mention Ethereum, to be honest with you, because we already know that Ripple, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are mentioned multiple times on even QNT's website as basically a connection in regards to interoperability through a DLN or distributed ledger network. But we do see that Ripple was mentioned twice. We do see here gateway level access control, and we also see them written in as an example for this as well. Now, the biggest case here, or the biggest connection, would be just to talk about what's happening on Overledger, or I should say Quant's website. So in regards to this, we talk about, who is it for, how does it work, why Ripple. I've discussed this multiple times on this channel as well, okay? I've mentioned multiple times that this is pretty much an API to connect to Ripple or the RippleNet and utilize that technology in a very, very easy way through the Ripple network, because this would allow customers to not have to run a Ripple node or learn the interface as they are mentioning here, or formats and cryptography that are usually involved in developing applications for Ripple. And of course, it says why? Well, it's the movement of funds. It's all cross-border payments. It's all CBDCs. It's all through a financial network as well. So, all those use cases, the ODL service, the line of credit for SMEs, all those B2B payments, all that kind of stuff is all connected through this Overledger for Ripple. It's a massive use case. And again, it all comes back to Visa, because Visa launched their plan to create a system that would allow automatic conversion between different central bank digital currencies as well as stable coins. But how would this work, right? Because you still need that interoperability or that bridge currency aspect. And again, when we're talking about this, I could see them 100% working with QNT. I know that there's other assets out there doing the same thing, but there's just so many connections to QNT at this point that I wouldn't be surprised by a Visa QNT partnership. Now, of course, would Visa be partnering with Ripple? It's hard to say because there is already a lot of connections to Ripple as well. That's why I think that these two assets together are going to be doing incredible things because they are already connected to one another in regards to utilizing Overledger for Ripple and RippleNet customers. So who knows? Could this be a thing where Ripple and also QNT benefit both greatly from this? 100%, but we don't have confirmation yet, so we can't really write too much about this or, pretty much read too far into it. Now, again, layer 2 interoperability platform for stablecoins. Now, I've opened this and looked into it. Overall, there's not too much mentions of, any sort of crypto assets, but we are talking about private stablecoins, which we've seen come out in regards to, the XRP ledger. We also talk about CBDCs with layer 2 solutions. It could be any asset, right? When we're talking about this, it could be XRP, XLM, ALGO, QNT. There's a lot of assets out there that have the potential to be utilized in this sense. So we can't 100% put a pinpoint on one or another asset, but we do know that MasterCard is also jumping into the crypto space, and I think that this is also the end game aspect for crypto, right? We see it being utilized by massive payment giants like Visa and MasterCard, which I've already talked about how Visa and MasterCard need to be utilized or utilizing a DLT technology because of scalability. We already know that Visa's overall technology has outgrown itself in regards to demand and supply. So, overall, they could definitely be focused more on overall crypto currencies because they need to get to that scalability factors, but they also want to step into the CBDC aspect as we do see CBDCs growing in demand day by day. Now, we already know that with all of this in mind, we also go back to what RippleNet is building in regards to the financial network. All of these major networks in regards to finance, they all need interoperability throughout other CBDCs and other currencies. So, everything on paper for Ripple and XRP looks incredible, but that is exactly why I always come back to QNT, because all of this stuff looks great, but when you talk about QNT, check out the multi-chain dApps, look at the multi-chain dApps in regards to crypto, as well as, banks and all that kind of stuff. Again, this is exactly why we are pretty much investing in XLM, XRP, and also even XDC, because we even see Corda on there, or R3 Corda. We see all of these massive connections in regards to payments around the world. We see Swift on here, JP Morgan. This is the massive Overledger operating system, connecting pretty much everything to anything. Again, like I said, QNT is a massive giant, and QNT is pretty much going to be utilized on a daily scale once it's really put into place. That is why I always say, the price targets for QNT are out of this world, and I know that they are outrageous, and a lot of people can't believe it. A lot of people will sell their QNT well before those major targets are actually hit, because they will already see massive gains already, and that is exactly why a lot of people will miss out on a lot of gains. But it is what it is, right? Because we already do the research on this channel. We do research pretty much all together in the Discord as well. But when we're talking about QNT connecting with Ripple, when we're talking about the massive financial giants in the space, we always come back to Ripple, because I know a lot of people don't like XRP, but XRP is truly connecting a lot of these major businesses through the Interledger protocol as well, pretty much connecting all these massive financial institutions as well in regards to money transfer, in regards to ODL services, in regards to line of credit for SMEs as well. That's massive amounts of money, but we always talk about plug and play aspects for banks as well once we get to CBDCs, and I think that Ripple will play a huge part in that role as well, especially once we talk about regulations coming to the space. But we always go back to QNT, because if QNT is leveraged the way it is as well, QNT with Ripple, especially once we go back to this little Overledger platform for it, and we talk about why Ripple and how does it work and what they're going to be leveraging Overledger for Ripple for, we talk about QNT also being, at some major price appreciation targets as well. So overall, to really kind of wrap this up, I think that going all the way back to ODAP, Open Digital Asset Protocol, with connections to Visa and connections to QNT, I think that this could easily be a massive partnership. But we also talk about XRP and Ripple, and like even, King Solomon said, You know, ODAP references Quant RippleNet API as well, 100%. And when we're talking about interoperability, and we talk about XRP, right? A lot of XRP's price targets in regards to, you know, $10,000 to $35,000, a lot of that comes from ODL service, right? That on-demand liquidity service, and pretty much unlocking Nostro Vostro accounts. But what about QNT? Because QNT, I mean, if XRP could hit those massive price targets, just imagine how high QNT could go. Now, I'm always skeptical on those price targets for XRP. I know that I've talked about how do we get there, and you know, what price targets do we get to. Overall, when we're talking about actual end goal or realistic target points, you know, QNT's targets in regards to price appreciation could easily be $50,000 to $100,000 plus per QNT if it is leveraged the way it is supposed to be. And I do think that it's going to be, especially in regards to look at all the connections to Overledger. So Overledger is a massive technology, and it's leveraged by QNT. And, you know, like I said, soon it's going to be leveraged by pretty much a lot of these other assets in regards to API standard, you know, interoperability. So the future looks extremely bright for XRP and also QNT, and I think that this Visa overall update could be utilizing QNT for interoperability within RippleNet as well. So overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are always welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.